It's me. You're listening to this story on the radio. It's one of the creepiest places on Earth. We've all heard the rule about Chernobyl. You're not supposed to take anything out of there. It's contaminated and dangerous. That's exactly what I told my client. But he promised me I wouldn't be bringing anything back, and honestly, that was the only reason I agreed to take the job. Said he'd stayed at the hotel before the Chernobyl disaster and had left something important behind for someone else to grab. The issue was, after the explosion, that person never showed up. He promised me the item was well hidden and gave me detailed instructions on exactly where to look. But he wouldn't say what it was, just that it was in a box, in a room at the end of a hallway on the 5th floor of the hotel. That's all he said I needed to know. With the recent rise in tourism around Chernobyl, my client was getting seriously nervous. The last thing he told me on the phone was, "Find it and destroy it." He also asked for photo proof, so I brought my camera with me. The hotel was in pretty bad shape. It was falling apart, really. It didn't feel safe to go inside. But I knew I had to. I walked past broken windows and doors hanging off their hinges, crunching on broken glass and nails sticking up through the boards. The stairs were completely destroyed, so I had no choice but to take the elevator straight up to the 5th floor. It was probably a good thing that the power was out, because I'm not sure I would have been able to handle seeing my own face reflected in that old, dusty mirror. The ride up was silent, except for the sound of the creaking elevator. But as soon as the door opened on the 5th floor, I heard it again. Heavy footsteps. I froze. Was I being stalked? I stepped out of the elevator and into the hallway, and that's when I saw it. Something humanoid, tall and thin, was standing in the shadows directly across from me. Whatever it was facing away from me, but it seemed almost as though it had been watching me. I couldn't see its face, but I could see its back. Oddly enough, it reminded me of one of those stick figures you draw when you're trying to sketch a person but can't quite get it right. Except this was no stick figure. This was real, whatever it was, and it was slowly turning around. It had a long neck and head, and the face that stared back at me was bone white like a skull. I swear it was glowing in the dark. I couldn't move, I couldn't breathe, and in a whisper that sounded ancient and evil, it began to speak. "Why are you here?" I wanted to scream, but my voice was stuck in my throat. All I could do was watch as it took a step toward me, then another. It was moving stiffly, like a puppet controlled by strings. But those black eyes never left mine. Then it stopped and pointed a finger at me. "Get out!" I don't remember much after that. I think I passed out. When I came to, I was lying on the ground outside the hotel. I don't know how long I was out, but the sun had come up and the sky was filled with birds. Shaking and crying, I stumbled to my feet and ran as fast as I could away from the hotel and back to my van. I never looked back. I haven't even opened the box yet. And to be honest, I don't think I ever will. All I know is that when my client sees the photos I sent him, he'll understand. Some things are better left in Chernobyl. Thanks for listening. If you like scary stories, stay tuned for more.